What's going on, guys? Josh here with Photo Lover Games. Today I'm very excited to be bringing you an unboxing of an accessory that's going to surely enhance any PC VR setup or even a PS4 VR setup. And that accessory is this guy right here, the Hori Racing Wheel Apex. Now, racing games usually feel really good with a controller setup, but with a racing wheel setup, it's just bar none the best experience you could have. And it's definitely going to make it more immersive. It even says it right in the box, immersion, right there in the corner there. It even makes it more immersive when you have a racing wheel setup and in VR especially. So I'm hoping and planning to do some more content with this racing wheel, showing you guys how to set it up in another video, and also doing some videos on just racing and using it in general. But this video is mostly just going to be an unboxing of it, and I know it looks like it's already been unboxed, but I'll get to that later on in the video. So without further ado, let's tear into the box and let's see what comes with this racing wheel setup. Firstly, let's take a look at the outside of the box. You may notice that it says at the bottom here, it is for PS4 and PS3. But let me flip the box around, and it also says it's for PC. So that's what primarily I'm going to be using it for, is a PC VR setup. And just to give you that little bit of immersion, or that extra bit of immersion, just not being in the racing world, you actually have a tangible racing wheel and pedals, the whole nine. So this thing is very promising to say the least. Let's get into it. All right, opening the box up here. Put this aside for now. Let's get to the main event. All right, here's the racing wheel itself. Oh, this looks really good. This actually feels really good too. It's a little small, but very tactile. Shift the paddles. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm pretty sure you guys can. Even the R2, L2 buttons are right on the side. The D-pad feels really good, actually. Doesn't feel that bad. Not too mushy, not too clicky. Even the buttons do feel really good as well. You can assign different buttons. Yeah, this thing actually looks pretty good. I mean, I like this so far. I mean, the grips don't feel overly cheap. They actually feel like an actual racing wheel, or actually a car steering wheel. It even has the racing stripe in the middle here, so you can tell where center is at all times. I like that little touch. On the top, it has a switch for PS4N, PS4S, and PS3. So we're going to toggle this around and mess around with it to see if we can get this to work with my PC VR setup, which is going to be, hopefully, fairly easy. DP, LS, and RS at the top. We have to go through all this stuff. Maybe I'll look at the manual to see what all this stuff means. But it does terminate at a USB Type A connector, so it should easily be able to connect to whatever device that you want to connect to. On the bottom, there is nothing really here, but it looks like you can put some grips or some sort of connector. Oh, it's even got a threaded rod here, like a threaded area here, so you put like on a stand for a permanent mounting somewhere. But it also has these little grips down here, so it doesn't slide around on the table too much. And they actually work quite well. As far as turning goes, it feels really good. I'm actually curious to see how the force feedback is going to work with it. That's going to be another thing about racing sims that you want in a racing game. You want to be able to feel in a racing wheel in general, is you want to be able to feel the tactileness or the feedback from the road, so that way you can compensate and adjust properly. This is hopefully going to be a good racing wheel. Now, let's see what else inside the box. We have the pedals right here. Ooh, all right. Oh, the pedals have a nice little springiness to them. They feel really good. They look pretty decent too. It's like, I wish I had a triple pedal setup, but the dual pedal setup shouldn't be that bad, especially if you have the paddle shifters on the steering wheel itself, so you have an automatic manual feel. Most cars nowadays aren't really that manual, so something like a Bugatti or anything like a supercar, they usually have automatic transmissions with paddle shifters that you can manually adjust. So these pedals feel really good. Even the accelerator pedal, it has a very long travel. The brake pedal's got decent travel, and it feels really stiff, feels really good. Again, hopefully it's going to have some sort of tactile feedback, so you know how hard you're pressing it with your foot. And this terminates into what looks like a phone cable jack or RJ45 connector. And that will plug in right into the back of the racing wheel itself. All right, so here is the clamp, table clamp. So this looks like it's going to thread up from the bottom, and this is your handle to adjust it and tighten it down to the table. I really like that, actually. I feel it's a nice little touch. Looks like it has some pivots here, so you can adjust it to many different types of tables or desks if you would like to. Yeah, Pretty good accessory. And it also has another package here. We also have suction cups. So if you didn't want to clamp it to a table, you can also just attach it to the racing wheel itself. Just kind of go in here, turn them, and it'll lock them in place. So that way you can just suction cup them to the table or desk without clamping them if you wanted a less permanent solution. So far, the accessories in this thing is pretty nice. It comes with a decent array of stuff. So my first impressions of the Hori Racing Wheel Apex is a positive one. The accelerator pedal feels really good. The brake pedal also feels good as well, and not as much travel, but that is also a very good thing. You don't want to feel like you have spongy brakes while you're in a VR racing setup. The steering wheel, as far as the steering wheel goes itself, accessibility to the D-pad and the face buttons really feel good with the thumb placement and everything else. The grip itself, the racing wheel itself, also feels really good. It actually feels like an actual racing wheel, or actually steering wheel out of a car. So that is always a plus in my opinion. You have plenty of accessories to clamp it down and secure it in any way that you would like. So yeah, this thing has actually seemed like a pretty good buy. And even with the tactile feeling of the shifters, getting that audible click of the shifter paddles is also an amazing feature as well. So if you're in a racing VR setup and you have the headphones on, you can potentially feel or even hear the tactileness of the paddle shifters, and that is just a plus in my opinion. So earlier in the video I said I would talk about how I acquired this racing wheel setup since the box seemed like it had already been opened, and it had not been opened by me at all. A friend of mine actually bought this thing and he ended up buying 2 of them by accident in a way. So he ended up donating this to me, or we worked out a trade so I can actually get this racing wheel setup for a PC VR setup, and he also wants to come by and check it out. So that's why it had looked like it already is open and unboxed, but in reality, he had unboxed it and opened it up, but he had put everything back in the box so I could do an unboxing of it. All right guys, this has been an unboxing of the Hori Racing Wheel Apex, and I am curious to see what you guys think about this racing wheel setup. Do you guys like it? Do you not like it? What are your thoughts and opinions about it? What are your first impressions on it? Sound off in the comment section below, and also be sure to tell me what games you guys want to see covered on this channel for future videos. But for now, it is time to wrap things up. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button and be sure to share it with your friends and family because it really helps out the channel. And also consider subscribing and turning on notifications so that way you can be notified every time I upload a new video. But until next time guys, I'm Josh with For the Love of Games, signing out. Have a great day.